and sing along if you know the words.
It's no joke when you choke, so get LifeVac and live. Without breath, there'll be death, so get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live. Get LifeVac and live.
LifeVac and live.
Wow.
That was great.
Hey, good job.
Pretty
I love
awesome.
that.
Pretty awesome.
That
Hey,
was great.
we slapped that together, and hey, welcome to LifeVac Live. It's Monday night, 9 o'clock. Where else would we be?
I know. I'm here.
I'm Rick Thatcher, Heidi Felix,
Hi, everybody.
Vice President of Sales, and of course Arthur Lee, CEO and inventor of this wonderful life-saving device. 2012, right?
Yeah, well, it's all of those, but yeah. I came up with it.
Yeah.
The lives are saved because of the team and the people we're going to talk to.
Yep, absolutely. And this has been like a ridiculous week. And we
Amazing.
have a
Amazing.
ridiculous, like, fill in all the blanks, complete the circle of the story. But what I first want to do is how our last week, around last weekend, we were all alerted on Fox News. I think that was the first we heard of it.
Yeah.
Trace Gallagher had a Fox News report, but this is a different news report about a save in El Monte, California. And Bobby, if you could roll that and show our viewers what we're talking about tonight.
10 is a story we first show you here on Fox 11. El Monte police officers using a special tool, you see it there, to save the life of an 8-year-old boy who was choking and unconscious. Well, tonight, Fox 11's Ed Laskos is live where those officers are being honored tonight. Ed.
Yeah, very special night and emotional night here, honoring the officers, the first responders who rushed in to save the life of that little boy. The dramatic Race for Life video, we're the first to show you last week. So we're talking about medals of valor here, usually handed out by the mayor or the police chief, but on this night, touchingly handed out by the little boy whose life they saved. Watch this. The Medal of Valor presented by a little boy to the police officer who saved his life.
He's here, and he's going to be a good spokesperson for other people to see, how to help others. And he's already talking about, police and fire department and becoming a doctor and stuff like that.
And Ethan got his chance to say thanks, honoring the heroes of El Monte PD, the officers and the dispatchers who all responded to a 911 call of a boy choking.
You okay? You okay? Did he spit out the candy?
Dramatic video from the officer's body cam. That's little Ethan. He's down. He's not breathing. He's lifeless, choking on a piece of candy. Officer Vega carries Ethan, rushes the boy to his patrol car.
Get the LifeVac. The candy didn't come out.
The officers use the LifeVac. It's a pump and suction device dislodging the candy, a life-saving device invented by this man.
It really hits home to know that we saved that child, but the parents still have their child. That's a lifetime of help, and we saved that.
They all save that, and a mom and her son will never forget.
I'm proud of him for sure, so yeah, happy to be here.
I think I'm going on a field trip tomorrow.
Oh, look at you. Good for you. And good for them after somehow surviving this.
He's breathing.
Now, time to take a breath ourselves and thank those standing tall, real lifesavers.
Doing my job and anything that my partners would do any day of the week.
And now, that might be the answer to those who say, where do you find heroes at these days? Emotional week here in El Monte tonight, honoring the first responders. And then this Friday, a special honor guard will be set up here in front of police headquarters, honoring the 2 police officers who died in the line of duty 2 years ago. Remember that? For now, we're live here in El Monte. Back to the west side we go.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us. I just am so excited to be able to introduce these 2 amazing people. The first one I want to just introduce, who has been instrumental in making sure that the El Monte Police Department was equipped with the LifeVac, as well as the fact that she trained every single one of the police officers. Her name is Ginny Dean, the president of the Technology Depot, who I've had the pleasure of working
officers before, but this is such a great story because with this great device, it was implemented in all of Chief Jake Fisher's patrol cars.
Yes.
About 2 months ago. Is that
Yeah,
right?
within
Fantastic.
I'll never forget the call that I got from Ginny, which was the day that this whole thing happened. She says, "Heidi, you're never going to believe this. There was a save at the El Monte PD," and I thought, "Wait, we just implemented them there." And she said, "I just probably finished the training, and I want you to take over." I also want to introduce Chief Jake Fisher, and thank you so much for working with my lovely Ginny Dean to make sure that we kept your area safe. And certainly, I know that she worked very hard with all your police department to make sure everyone knew exactly how to use the device. So
Absolutely, she did. It was a pleasure working with her. Thank you so much.
absolutely. So Ginny, I want you to just tell your story because I know it's just an incredible story.
In the beginning.
At the beginning.
Well, I'm the president of the Technology Depot, and I personally purchased a large number of the devices for my own family, for my adult children, all of my sisters. I have a large family, their kids, and it dawned on me, I love the product so much that I want to sell it. So I reached out to LifeVac. I just called the number on the website. Heidi answered. And I told her that I'm in the technology industry, but I know I can place this product. I work with schools. I work with police agencies, large enterprises, many hotels throughout the U.S. And I absolutely feel passionate about the product. I just love it. So that was back in July of 2021.
Yeah.
We officially became in a business relationship, I believe it was in October.
Yes.
I was introduced to Chief Fisher through a mutual friend, a retired officer of El Monte PD. And when I'm out at all of my customers, I lead with LifeVac and talk about many other life-saving technologies that we have. Because of this product, I actually started a life and safety division in my corporation. So I like to say that this is a purchase you'll never regret making. And I believe that to my core. So I met with actually Chief Fisher. It was the last day of January. I went back and checked my notes.
Of this year.
And we sat and talked about, I did a quick demo. They seemed like they loved it. They were going to circle around and have a private conversations and so forth. Quickly, I did get a communication that it's a yes. And they wanted to purchase 200 units. And that their plan was to obviously place them in the back of every patrol car, which I was super thrilled about, and many other places. And I don't know where all those locations are, but the chief will talk to you about that. So then we laid out a plan for hands-on training, which I feel is critical, that you have to touch the device to understand it. It's so simple, yet you can't fumble when you're in that moment. You have to have opened up the package and gone through the place, push, pull, and we did that. I went to every single briefing and met with all of the officers, and they had to come up to my little demo table and show me they could do it twice. There was a little bit of grumbling because they were all sure they could do it, but they did it anyway to make me happy. And we wrapped that up in a big bow. And I left knowing, and I felt this all along, that as I move this product throughout my customers, I knew then, someone's life is going to be saved. I may not ever know who, but I knew that through my hands that would happen.
How excited were you?
I got the phone call that a save had occurred. I mean, I was so emotional and so excited. I can only begin to imagine how Arthur and really Heidi and the whole team there must feel, knowing that a few thousand people have been saved, families have been saved. So I also want to say Heidi has been a dream to work with.
Aww.
Awesome,
thank you.
awesome.
What's it,
She's
4 years?
definitely a doer.
4 years today, Ginny. Today's my 4-year
Wow.
anniversary.
Oh,
And it's funny because back
awesome.
then,
That's almost a God wink right there.
it really is. I remember sitting across from a wall that we had of 62 pictures on the wall as I cold called fire departments, police departments, and they hung up on me one after the other. And I go, oh, next.
Yeah.
Next. And so
Keep going,
I
right?
said one day, we're
Persevere.
going to have a whole room filled with pictures. And here we are.
Have
Right?
you seen the backdrop before?
Right
The
there.
Hall of Saves?
It's incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's
So,
incredible.
2,377
That's my
today.
story as it relates to El Monte PD. They could not have been more professional. All of the officers were interested in the product and wanted to have that experience. And I was happy that the chief, who's very forward thinking,
Yes.
wanted that for his people. So important. And we had agreed to the training, and that was going to happen no matter what. And so I was getting up at 5 in the morning or coming in late and doing whatever it took to get those guys
Well, you
where I
know,
felt comfortable, with, where I felt they could do it.
you know what's the coolest moment in all of this, and I was blessed to be there and see it all, but for me, 11 years in, the first 5 years of nothing, all this took place because of good, passionate people, right? Heidi to you to the department to the team dispatch, the other officers, the chief, all just without me, just trying to do what was right, you know. And I took that from the chief when I was there, and I got to see the staff and how much they all care and how that organization is run. And then you had the God wink of what those officers face, right? They were a short time away from the memorial for officers that face that danger of the line of duty, but you also know how much they face emotionally and psychologically, right? The death of a child in your arms, or the things that they have to deal with in the inside, right? We don't necessarily face that properly when we do the respect they deserve, because that's a big part of it too. And I got to just be the fly on the wall, and to know that it all was done by passion for good, and to realize by the example of the memorial that was coming up, the emotional damage. And Chief said it. He said we were all saved, right? Because they all hurt when you lose a child. And his passion too. Chief, I cannot say how much I was impressed with you and your team and the professional attitude and just the heart and soul too. How everyone in that room cared deeply. And they take the arrows, you know, all this garbage about the, you know, that they get. Take them, stick in them, keep going. And then watching the little boy put the award on the child. Right?
Yeah.
Chief, wasn't that a cool moment? I mean, you orchestrated it, but just watching that moment, it was just such a amazing thing.
Yeah, I thought it was just the perfect opportunity to bring everybody together again and remember what the officers did in that moment, and let Ethan, in a sense, kind of pay them back in a way. And yeah, it was just special. And Arthur, you were there, and so many other people were there to share that moment with us. The person that Ginny referenced to introduce me to Ginny was able to attend. Retired Captain Mark Sullivan, he was that person. He was able to drive down, I think about a 4-hour drive, but it was obviously it made national news, and it was a big news story, but it was very human and very real for everyone involved. And Ginny couldn't be there. She was, I think, on the other side of the world at the moment, but but I know she was there in her thinking of us.
Her work was there.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. So
passion.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very
Chief,
special.
Chief, had you heard of LifeVac before Ginny introduced it to you?
I had heard of it. Probably like a lot of people, you think, oh, you see a commercial or some sort of social media ad come up, like, yeah, that's a really good thing. I should buy one. And then the next thing comes up, right? So it's something I had heard of and was aware, but really didn't really sink in until I heard Jenny talk, and we did a demonstration. She pulled one out, and we used it on like a tables. He showed us how it worked, and when she talked about it, and I spent a little more time than just a 30-second commercial or whatever it was, and the light clicked, and I said, I got to get these.
Start spinning. Right.
Something's good's going to happen because of this.
And I got to tell you, in the aftermath of this sharing, all this media coverage and exposure, the incoming calls from police departments all over the country is a direct result of you guys sharing your story. It's been all week from all over the country.
The chief's dad was a police officer. He's a career police officer. Thursday, I go to Atlanta because another officer is getting an award for saving a child. What this team did and the Godwink of the whole thing, from passion of Heidi and LifeVac to the passion of the passion of the department to the passion of the officers and dispatch, is spreading.
Yeah.
You didn't just save that kid. You saved that kid, you saved that parent, you saved the community, you saved the officers, and now, by sharing the story and being willing to come on and take time out of your life to save others, I'm going to watch this again.
Yeah.
And I'll go every day.
Of course.
And I think the officers are there first. They have to deal with that front line. They have to make something happen, and they have to face the consequences. So I think it's so important that we save their souls as we save the public.
Yeah.
I have to tell you the story of when I learned about this. So Ginny had sent me a little incident report that Chief had sent to her all about the incident. And then she told me, I'm on vacation. You know I never take vacation, Heidi, right? So she calls me because now I'm like, oh my God, can you call me and tell me about this incident? So she tells me about it, and she said, I can't believe it. I go, no, I told you, you're going to save a life, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I say that when we were talking?
Absolutely.
And at first, it was your family that you really wanted to protect, and then your passion grew, and you realized the opportunity to tell everybody about it. But it was so amazing because I was in the office and I walked into the Hall of Fame and I go, how do you feel? And she goes, I want to cry. I go, that's okay. I'm crying for you. Because I was surrounded by all the pictures, and I kept thinking of you in that moment when you got that message. And Chief, how did it feel when you sent that to her? How did you feel communicating to her?
It was a great email to send. I think I was a little short and succinct in the email. Just basically, we got the job done, one life saved, but yeah, I knew she would probably emotionally break down because I got to know her a little in our short time together, but I knew she'd want to know right away, regardless of where she was or what her email notifications were at that moment. I know she'd take a look at mine.
I know. Meanwhile, she's in Venice, I think, at the time when I was talking to you. So
great way to celebrate a trip to Venice.
Fairly irrelevant when this type of situation happens.
Yeah.
It was cool for us to hear about it and not orchestrate it, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think we are on the pivot point of change in the world, and we're at 700 plus this year. We can get to 2,000 plus, right? Yeah. That we're finally, the good is winning.
Right.
Good people doing good things is winning.
Yes.
And I knew it would. I just thought it'd be quicker.
He's not patient.
That mission, it's not going to take care of itself, right?
No. But this is what it takes.
Yep, absolutely.
But
sharing.
You are amazing, Ginny. You are amazing, Chief. Thank you so much for all that you've done. And this is just one of many, I'm sure.
I gotta tell you one other cool moment, right? The offices there are amazing. So I was outside chatting with one, and there's a Statue of Liberty outside their police department.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay, what are the odds?
The French?
They say they do it, they get on, and there's I'm from New York, I've seen the other, we have one. El Monte Police has a Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
Love it.
And, right, Chief?
Is there a story behind that?
Well, it was
donated in the early 1970s by, I've been told, by wealthy businessman in the community who was from New York and loved the Statue of Liberty, and we have not as big as yours. It's a smaller rendition.
Thank goodness.
But think about my head exploding.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm outside talking
They
to
thought
the
it was
guy,
for you?
California.
and I've been pretty busy all over the place, so sometimes I don't even know where I am. I wake up, I'm like, oh.
Check in with Donna. Wait,
what
where am I
state
today?
I in? Hey, where am I? And I glance over and I'm like, is that the Statue of Liberty?
Wait, I'm in El Monte,
But it was
right?
another
Oh, look at
cool-
that great
it was
picture.
another cool moment of faith
Yeah.
and of the signs.
Yes.
The signs, the God winks, as my friends the Warners would say.
Yeah.
Saying,
We have a
yeah,
studio
man.
audience tonight.
He's like, of
guys.
course, I put a Statue of Liberty there. You feel at home. All I needed to do was get mugged. I would have been like, whoa.
I go, I'm really in New York.
If I could give a quick shout out to little Ethan's mother, who and both her parents, because
Oh, my God.
they're the ones that consented to releasing the body-worn camera video in its full entirety without anything obstructed, and they're the ones that wanted that done. So they, when we talked to them the next day after Ethan got out of the hospital, they said, we want other people to know about this so that they can help save other
Fantastic.
people's lives.
Yeah.
So just a tremendous little family. Almani's just full of good, hardworking people, and they're a perfect example of that. So I just wanted that to be known too.
Yeah, man, that's a good point. And too, you know, we live in a TikTok me world. They took time out to come. They took time. They took courage to say, this is a difficult situation. We're going to share it. There are heroes in every pocket of this story. And she's right, man. That's a courageous thing. The Kohlers went through it too. They weren't sure they wanted to share that painful moment. And their faith said they had to. And
Reminds me of your
chief's
story, right?
Yeah.
Like, talk about protecting your own, protecting your kid. That was the
premise
origin of LifeVac, was to protect Art's
My
daughter, right?
Yep.
Wow.
And Ginny, they got involved because she wanted to protect her family.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, see,
and I met
good
this
people,
guy
good things.
because I wanted to protect my family.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, you think about
I think
this.
you
how this-
immediately thought of others too. That's how your brain works. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Bigger
doesn't.
picture.
Yeah.
All right.
When I'm not volunteering.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any
Oh my
parting
God, you guys-
thoughts? I mean, that was a great shout out to the family. So thank you, Chief.
Ginny, thank you. And I'm so glad you got to finally meet Arthur. Now, you both have an open invitation to come and see this Hall of Save.
Oh, we'll bring it all together, definitely.
Yeah, because it would be so great to have you out here to get a chance
And
to
one of the
see us
Chief's
in person.
officers is a singer, so he's going to sing.
Oh.
Right, Chief?
Yeah, very good. Sounds good.
All right.
I love New York, right?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Anything else you wanted to share?
No, just for me, just thank you again for everything that you've done for our department. Like I said, everything just came together. This all the stars aligned. I'm a person of faith, and it's just there's just something else beyond us working together to get all this done and save, in this instance, little Ethan. And I can only imagine what Arthur feels with his invention and all the amount of lives that he's saved.
2,300, right? And counting.
Hear the stories in the future about. I'm just excited about one. When I'm an old man, I hear about what Ethan does when he grows up.
Yeah.
You can only imagine how Arthur feels times 2,000, whatever it is. So just thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Ginny.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for
Yeah.
all of your hard work
Keep
and due
going.
diligence. You're amazing. Just
See
such
you
a
at the Hall of
pleasure and a
Fame.
delight.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Thank
Wow.
you.
How
I
great
know,
is
I'm
that?
so sad I didn't get to go. Obviously, this little eye surgery that I had.
Yeah, you would
I-
have freaked out. It's a good thing because your eye would have fell out. It would have dried out.
The surgeon said no planes.
No planes and no,
Yeah, but
no
you would have
excessive
been, you
crying.
would have
Yeah.
dehydrated. There was not a moment where I didn't want to bowl. I didn't have to stop from bowling. I just, it was, I don't know. It's hard to explain the power, especially because 11 years of killing myself, right? You know, you're there for now. You had 53 when you started. And we had 0, 0, 0, 6, 9 before that. But when you see that, those years are gone. And
Yeah.
all that didn't matter.
Yeah.
But it
all
was
worth
very
it.
powerful.
Yeah, oh, no
Cool as
doubt.
hell.
No doubt.
What are we doing now?
Wow. That's a great question. We're going to regroup. We're going to say hello to the
Regroup?
Warners. Yeah.
Why do we want to regroup?
Regroup?
Well, just
kind of
group.
just group. Just forge ahead.
Well, I just wanted to
We'll
say
forge
thank you to Ginny for all that she did,
Yes.
because first of all, Ginny is so amazing and such a lovely person to work with, and it was so great when I was looking back at my notes because I was trying to remember how long ago did I meet you. And I said, wow, that was July of 2021. Like, talk about time flies when you're having fun, right? And that was back when.
Think about the importance of the time. You met her in 21, and she's just recently started talking to the Del Monte Police Department. But
she
January,
sold a whole bunch of units in between. Yeah.
I know she's been doing great work.
Yeah.
But the timing of
When we got
January, end of
saved,
January, and now
You know
a
what
couple
else
of months.
was really cool? Being in that department, walking around with I think the chief officer, I forget his name, he was cool as heck, but seeing how they all work together, like we see the police, I have seen them, not really.
Hope's there, yeah.
Best of lights, but the seeing their teamwork and the camaraderie and the respect they have for the chief has for them, like what a freaking team.
Right.
And him, he his dad was a police in that department. There's a lot of history, and it was really cool to be inside in a good environment.
Right. You
Everyone
felt it.
was up,
Positive energy. Yep.
and you forget that's where they are. They're not out to give you a ticket.
Right.
No, they just have big hearts. And it was funny because it was the chief's idea to be able to implement
And
the
he's
LifeVac.
cool as heck. He's so amazing the way he commands respect, but he's so gentle at the same time. Like, to me, that's kind of what you want in a leader, right? He gets his respect not by beating people up, but by inspiring them and cooperation and shit.
Yeah, you
Kinda
can
like
tell it's
you,
just a great energy.
right? You
A lot
inspire
like-
us all the time.
A lot like you. You're not
like
just
you.
saying that, right? You're not just saying
What do you
that.
want to
just
raise?
saying
Is
that.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I have the
Stop!
house.
It's yearly review time, everybody. We're going to do it live. Any comments? We should, we're kind of new to this whole live streaming thing, so I don't want to ignore comments.
Third row from the right.
Any comments up there?
We have
No
two
comments.
people in the audience.
So if you're watching,
We're hoping more
if
people
you're
are
watching on
so.
Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on LifeVac USA or you're watching on Story Island TV, for God's sakes, please like and share and tell all your friends and neighbors.
Yeah, and if you ever want to come down, 2 years will double the audience.
Exactly.
It'd be insane. We can
Exactly.
say we have 100% audience
Week
growth.
to week, we will,
Strong
like the
Island
saves.
TV.
The saves in
Let's do
2016 started 4 the whole year, right? 2016.
No, it was 0, 0, 0.
Zero, but 2016 first time 4, and now over 700 just this year.
So we can do
4
that
slow
with
day.
our audience.
We're going to do that with our audience.
Yes,
We're
there
going
we
to
go.
bust the seams of
Freaking
Strong
A.
Island TV.
Well,
We're
we
here in
got
the
2
studio.
years of 0, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
we're winning.
I hope is
We have
waiting
2.
for us. isn't
Yes,
she?
Hope is waiting,
Oh.
and I don't want to keep Hope waiting because she's been on
Hope.
hold. Hope? Yes, Hope.
Oh, yay. Hi.
How are you? Oh, it would be great if we could hear you.
We can.
We can?
Absolutely. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Paul Jones.
How are you guys?
How are you guys? You have some exciting... I know we spoke, or we texted back and forth a little earlier, and you were nice enough to join us on the radio second or third week. So great to have you back.
Thank
Both of you.
Glad to be back.
Yeah. And you just got back from a vacation, correct? No.
No, not me.
All right. Well, I see a vacation coming
Yeah,
up. I
He's
see.
psychic.
Yeah, I'm port psychic or psychotic, one of the two. But anyway, guys, thanks so much.
Yep.
So, again, Brandon, when he was 19, just fill us in on the story. Come back to how you heard about LifeVac and how you implement to save your son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, my mother was the one who actually bought us the LifeVac. My son, obviously, he had a car accident, has a TBI, and has swallowing difficulties and everything. So she had saw it on TV, and she was like, "We have to get one of these for Brandon." And so my mom had purchased one for us, and we had it for probably, I want to say, a year before we used it, right?
Yeah,
About a
probably.
year.
Yeah. And you knew where it was, or it was with you.
Yep.
Was the car the first?
No.
Okay.
No. He was actually in bed one night, and he started choking on his saliva, and the LifeVac sits right on his bedstand. And so obviously in the moment it's like you're in sheer panic, but I remembered, grab the LifeVac. So that's what I did, and handed it to my husband, and my husband used it on him, and he was able to clear his airway and got him breathing again. And if that wasn't scary enough, about a year later, correct? We were traveling and we were in the car and Brandon was in the back seat and he had gotten sick and he started vomiting. And so we pulled over and I was in the back with him and he wasn't making any sound. And I was just like, I was screaming, he's choking. Gino's like, grab the LifeVac. So I grabbed the LifeVac and again, he used it on him twice and was able to clear his airway of the vomit. And the ambulance took him from there. But if we hadn't had it, I don't really think Brandon would be here. So, well, I know he wouldn't. So
yeah, and one of the more touching aspects of my first conversation with you was when you told me how passionate you are about LifeVac, how you instruct your granddaughter.
I got to go see them, and there's an underlying theme to why LifeVac is finally saving lives. You know what it isn't? Big media on the side. It's not institutions. It's nothing that normally should drive life-saving. It's heroes, self-heroes.
Right.
Now,
sharing.
They're taking care of their son is a challenge, and he's cool. He's funny, and he has one giant. The guy's a moose, but they're just. You go there. It's a little town, and it's very pretty where they live, but the passion to help others, right? How do you deal with what they deal with daily basis? And then they got time to come on, which they don't have, to help other people. So I thoroughly enjoyed coming to see you guys. I hope to come see you again. But
we'd love to have you again.
Absolutely. It's important for people to understand that, you're doing this to help others, right? To help people avoid it, to spread word about the challenge of someone that maybe have a disability that can't be Heimlich or it'd be very difficult to do so. But man, people who have children with disabilities or an accident and a challenge are heroes. When they wake up and when they go to bed.
Right.
And the dedication and effort and the smiles and the great, we have fun.
Yeah.
And you think that's not possible? It is.
Yeah.
And now they're here helping other people.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And one great example, I was going to mention Brandon's daughter, right?
Yes.
I said, wow. So he was 19 when he had the accident, and his daughter was already born, correct?
Yeah. Yes, she was 2 years old. She was just shy of being 3 years old.
Yeah.
And she's 9 years old now, and because it's been 7 years since his accident.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there's a LifeVac in every room in our house, and even she knows how to use a LifeVac. Like, it's a necessity. Whoever's in my home needs to know how to use this.
All over in our home, we have them in all of our vehicles.
Yep.
We're never without them.
No.
Yeah.
And through my son's accident and stuff, me and my wife started a nonprofit organization called Embracing Hope. And what we do is we help navigate resources for individuals, whether they're disabled, senior citizens, people starting out for like insurances, home modifications, because it's a very difficult road when you're trying to do that. And we had trouble. We had people help us, so in turn, we wanted to help other people. And through that organization,
I'm gonna come drive up.
Yeah,
he's on his way. You guys leave the light on. He's.
I can't take it. I want to go get this energy.
You're inspiring him. Which is it? 1936?
Yeah, it'll make it.
Yeah.
We applied for a grant through our local county, Broome County, to purchase LifeVacs to get out to people. We were able to get a $5,000 grant. We purchased 100 units. And Arthur graciously donated another 100 units to us for us to be able to get these units out to our local schools, youth programs, senior centers, sheriff's departments, restaurants, and we hit quite a few of our small little towns, and we were able to get these out Well, we donated them to people with disabilities. Matter of fact, I just delivered one tonight to a girl who has cerebral palsy. A friend that I know, I didn't realize she had a sister that had that. And she was asking about LifeVac. And I said, we have some, and I would love to donate one to your mother and your family.
That is amazing. Wait, so Broome County, I'm from upstate New York. I'm from a little town outside of Rochester called Pittsford. So,
okay.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I had learned about you from Tony LeBate from Equal First Aid. And I think you were one of the benefactors, right, of the proceeds from the event that we did.
Yeah.
Yep, she told me all about you.
I don't think I can do this show much anymore.
What's that?
I don't know whether to cry, face.
Yes.
Like,
There's a lot of-
too
It's
much. I
amazing.
can't do this. I gotta go.
Really
watch-
inspiring.
Can we do some Mad Magazine stuff or something? My head's gonna.
This is amazing.
But you know that you know, and plus I got to meet him. I got to meet.
Get to meet Brandon too.
Yeah.
Brandon's the same age as my daughter is going to be 26, right? So he's 26, and I have a 24-year-old boy. Oh my God, amazing!
You mentioned there's a scholarship that you started.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, we had started the scholarship fund, well, we wanted to, back in 2020. And of course, COVID hit, and you know how COVID kind of threw everybody for a loop.
Yeah.
So I kind of put it on the back burner. And this year, when it was getting towards the end of the school year, I said to Gino, I'm like, you know, we really need to pick up this scholarship fund and really get it off the ground. And so, like, I went and I opened up an account and I got like everything in order, and I just started sending out like donation letters and all the things. And we've started getting some donations in and stuff, but what we would like to do is we would like to take the scholarship fund, and whatever we raise for that, we want to donate obviously to a student who's pursuing a career in like physical therapy, excuse me, occupational therapy, speech therapy, or physical fitness, because those are all the things that have benefited my son in his recovery.
Wow.
So we have the scholarship fund. It's called the Nobody Fights Alone Brandon Jones Scholarship Fund.
Oh my God.
And we're hoping to, you know, do this every year, have it ongoing. We live in a super small town. Like the graduating class is like 30 kids. So, you know,
So
not
cute.
everybody can afford to go to college. And I just felt like it was something that we could give back to our own community to be able to do this for somebody who couldn't afford that, or, you know, or whatever the case may be. We're hoping to be able to donate not only to our school, but to my granddaughter's school as well, you know, in her dad's name. So,
That's amazing.
and kind of keep it ongoing for her too.
Let's do this. We got to get in on this.
Yes.
What's the website? Tell us the website for.
What we have right now is I have a Facebook page, and we're creating a website for it. But I do have the Facebook page all set up with the account and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, get it to us, and we'll definitely share it and obviously contribute, right? I know
We appreciate
we're going to
that.
be rushing.
Crazy.
And Embracing Hope, is that connected? Is it connected to the scholarship?
Well, it's going to be like we're going to be doing fundraisers through Embracing Hope to benefit the scholarship fund.
Wow.
So yes, so that'll all be kind of tied together.
Wow. Well, inspiring. Nothing
Absolutely
short of
amazing.
inspiring.
Why is it that people face the biggest challenges, the most difficulties, and they have zero time are able to passionately pursue helping others? That's how you change the world, man. It is not the big companies. It's not the institution.
Right.
They fought us.
Right.
It's this.
Right.
It's the good people,
It's people
who
in small
believe.
towns, people with good
Well,
values,
thank you.
people who care.
Yeah, all those big
And
people
you know,
in the beginning.
you
Told
you
you
know,
no.
I used to think to myself,
Still
like,
do.
what was my purpose? You always wonder what your purpose is.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I worked in the medical field for 15 years, and I always thought, you know, my purpose is probably to go on and be a nurse, you know, which I did start my schooling for that, but then Brandon got hurt. And it's now I look back, and as terrible as Brandon's accident is, I feel like that's my purpose. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help people get through things that we had a really difficult time getting through, if that makes sense.
It does to me. Did you guys read my book? Did you get my book, either one of you?
No, and
Alright.
we want to.
Well,
It's
do
so
that
good.
because
They're on
you're
the way.
gonna.
We will get that.
Well, you know what? Get one, and then I'll come up and sign it. Because I'm not going to send it to you signed, because then I won't get to see you.
All right.
Beautiful.
So deal.
Sounds like a deal.
Whatever
I
it
think
takes
it's
to
a
get
deal.
you back here, Arthur.
Yeah.
So amazing. So I got to tell you a quick story because I was in a car accident when I was younger. My boyfriend and I were walking home from school in a little upstate New York, and he ran across the street before me, and I stopped in the middle of the road, and I saw the car bearing down on us, and it hit him when it swerved to miss me. And he wound up a paraplegic for 31 years he lived. So I understand what you go through. His traumatic brain injury, he never could speak again, never could walk again. He always knew who I was, right? He could recognize me. So it was a horrible thing that happened. It was one of those things that you wouldn't wish on anyone. I was 13 years old at the time. Wow. And I became forever like the girl that was in the accident, right? And when I met Arthur, I shared my story because, he shared his story and how he had been in a car accident. And it changes you, right? It changes your mission and your purpose in life, right? You go, why did I live? And he, obviously your situation was far worse, but, why do I have to live watching him deteriorate, right? When he was such a good human being. And his name was Tim Easley, and he was a great person. And he had an identical twin, ironically.
As we speak,
this happens every day.
In that tough story, which is the challenge we all face with sharing the pain of what we've been through, we just saved a 2.5-year-old.
Nice.
As we're on.
I love
There's
that.
the God wink,
Right? Check this out. Toddler was choking and chicken and had to use my LifeVac. Do you feel LifeVac saved the life of the person choking? I was babysitting my cousin and was able to use this device to save him while he was eating dinner and choked on a piece of chicken.
Wow.
As we're talking. As we're talking.
Because of this man right
Virtual
here.
high five.
And that's number
It's just
5
amazing.
today, I believe.
Well, you're stealing Donna
Donna's
Yardley's.
she's going to yell at me if I get it wrong.
she's going to yell at you.
This is number 5 saved today.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But that came through because it's saying we're all on the right path. And your courage to help other people, and maybe your direction was given to you by him because he had to put you in that place, right? That's your path. That's where he needs you. And I survived my accident, so I can be there to read this to you guys as we're doing the goofy TV or whatever we're doing.
What's so goofy?
Yeah, it's
a little odd.
We're sharing stories.
No, we're goofy.
We're sharing stories, and it's such you're so courageous for what you've gone through, and it's a difficult road, right? You have to kind of rebuild your house, make it.
That's crazy.
And I hear Brandon's alive, and he's thriving, which is great. And
Although he did want to take my watch. I'm going to wear a cheap watch.
Happy Father's Day to Brandon, okay? Give him a good, give him a nice Father's Day hug for us, one day late.
Sure.
Absolutely, we will.
And we thank you so much. Let's please stay in touch. We're gonna see you.
We will.
We got the books. We're getting them out to you, and we're gonna.
I'll
have
come
you.
see you guys soon.
Yeah,
get
we'll
my book just so I make sure you get it. You'll both. I think you'll get it. You'll love it. You'll like it.
Awesome.
Broom's near
Excellent.
Banton, right?
Then we'll come see you.
We're trying to get something set up with some of the local sheriff departments.
Yeah, Tony was telling me.
When they have the statewide get-togethers, I've been trying to get in contact with the Broome County and Delaware County Sheriff's Department to possibly have you come up and present these and show these to them, because I think it's something that every police vehicle, whether you're sheriff, state trooper, local
send them
police,
the video of
should have
Almonte.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Almonte.
Share this video. Like I said before,
is the pineapple stuff.
Del Monte's the fruit people. Barthy's been around traveling a lot, so he gets mixed up. But Del Monte, fruit. El Monte, lifesavers.
So give me a good excuse. My family's still
Yeah,
upstate,
let's go.
Let's
right?
do it.
We got to take a road trip.
Oh my God,
Road trip.
I know, that'd be so much fun. Absolutely.
Thanks so much, you
I might
guys.
stay. If
Yeah,
I come
bless you.
alone and I'll
Thank you for
tell you,
having us.
Donna, I might
All right.
stay with you guys.
God bless you. Take care.
God bless you. We'll see you along the way.
You're
You guys are the
amazing.
best. Thank you.
Wow.
It's good to
Oh
see
my
you.
gosh, incredible.
So great to reconnect, and that's just like I get a snapshot, like a handful of great emotional stories that I get to connect with. You guys, I mean, I envy just from
Well, our
their
4-year anniversary.
Yes,
I know,
4-year
right?
anniversary.
Thing too. Here's the other
I met him
cool
10 years
thing.
ago.
Think about this. Take a dart and whiz it at the country, and that's where you got to go. So
Yeah.
I've had to go to these little tiny places, you know, and like where they live, and the whole world kind of dissipates for a second, right? It's a little Mayberry-ish.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful river running through, and everyone knows each other, and they're all nice and kind and polite and helpful. Like it's like Bizarro,
Yeah.
you know. And like when I went to see JD down there in the middle of nowhere, South Carolina, JD,
Yeah.
and same thing. You know, all these stupid things you see on TV don't exist in these worlds.
No.
Color doesn't exist. This
Oh.
any form of racial tension
Give
on
us some of that.
anything
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's all BS. And the people, man, they're just so good, and they
Yes.
all want to help. And taking care of Brandon is not easy.
No.
And they are helping others while they're doing that.
Right.
And people are like, oh, I'm too busy.
Yeah. Wake up. And with the remaining time left, I'm hoping that Donna has decided against her judgment
she's
to
not
call
calling
in.
in.
Is she going to call in, Bobby? Is she on the line?
No, she said no.
What's that? She said absolutely not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had an
She ain't
unfortunate
calling
incident
in.
last week
The lines are open,
with the
lines
trivia
are open.
contest. But so do you know how many we saved today?
5. But
Five live
here's
saves.
some of the cool stuff that I just had to do for when I went out to California.
Right.
So this is worth just reading. 2014, 0 lives. 2015, 0 lives. 2016, 4. 2017, 6. 2018, 9. 2019, 26. 2020, 52. 2021, 153. 2022, 357. 2023, 1,011.
Yep.
This year already, 760.
It's heading in the right
That's-
direction, right?
That's 10 years of killing ourselves.
It's amazing.
And to me, it shows the perseverance and dedication of all the life hackers. 0, 0, 4, 6. These are years. 9. We say we worked for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We saved 19 lives.
Yeah.
And then here's the other cool thing. And for me, right, because I was in the garage, I was in Lenny's ice cream shop in the closet.
Lenny Warner, everybody.
Yeah.
Off camera.
With the mop and stuff falling on me. 2,381 lives saved. That's not without the 5 today. 1,505 kids.
Those
And
families.
check this out. Check about, like, when I leave Jackie every morning, I say, play like a champion. It says, change the world, Dad. That's our goodbye.
Wow.
Every morning since she was little. 26 countries. 54 saved by first responders. 55 saved in school and daycare. 43 in restaurants. It says 55 in elder care and aftercare.
Mic drop. Phone drop.
Phone drop. Done.
Done.
Duh.
Bam.
Bam.
And it just
Horse.
keeps, and tomorrow it all starts again.
No, we'll save more today.
Oh,
I
no.
guarantee. Because every time Donna goes to post the number of saves for the night,
She's
we get
got
another one.
She's got to get an
And then
addendum.
she has to ask for permission to put that one in tomorrow. Because she would keep going. She would stay up all night and keep posting saves.
Yeah. And
updating.
listen, if you ever get included on the Save Lives report, just important safety tip: don't hit reply all. We all know that, right? Sean Ellis, newest member of the team. Reply all. We had to have a coaching moment.
Yes.
Straighten him out so that
Very
doesn't happen
serious
again.
about that.
Donna Isley, she didn't call in, but God bless her. She's like
She's
The
amazing.
amazing
keeper
thing
of all
about
the
her,
information.
She's the glue.
well,
Yeah.
Right?
the
She holds it all
coolest
together.
thing is, we're whatever, 2003. She calls me, we saved the life! She's going berserk.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's what we do.
I know, right?
But it,
But I mean, I appreciate that because you can get, what's that word where you desensitized?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Yes.
high rules.
Yes.
Did you see that word?
Yeah.
That was kick.
desensitized?
That was very good. Well,
There's
I'll
another
never
one that
forget
keeps
when
coming.
that happened with Almonte Save. Remember, I was in the office and I'm like, oh my God. And like, and you go, yeah, well, that's what we do.
No.
He was so calm about it. I was like,
Well,
she
yeah.
just called me from Italy.
Well,
to
half
tell
the
me.
time I don't know what's going on anyway.
know.
But
Yeah.
the fact that
At least it tells
all
you.
that happened, and we didn't know. Like, it was on TV.
Right.
Hey, you guys are on TV with Save.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
We usually have to kill ourselves for months to beg people to talk about
Right.
it. Now you're like, hey, you know,
I was, like,
Rockford
recording it,
Files.
like-
Oh, LifeVac, saved the life. Hey.
Trace Gallagher, Fox News Channel.
Yeah.
And he'd been on, and I guess he's out in California
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it was a local story. He had everybody in that night. And fantastic. When you sent it to me, you said, I just found out about it this way.
I found out about it from Ginny, who told me that the time, and I recorded it and sent it to him.
I
Wow.
know, you were the best because
I was
but
like-
the
I was
but the weird thing after doing this and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it wasn't someone talking about LifeVac that I didn't know because I had tortured them. Brian, I tortured them for years.
Right.
So, you know, I'm pretty confident I knew, and I get to see it move a news. She sends me a clip. We're already on,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and that's the turning point.
Yes.
And you're
That's
like, do
where
we
we're at.
want to do publicity? And I was like, I think they got this one.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got a life of its own. It's out there.
Thank
That's
God,
awesome.
because
Yes.
that's what it takes.
Yeah.
But every single one has been just people.
Right.
We've never had someone be well. Costco coming in was huge, right?
IKEA, we had this save last week at
Yes.
IKEA. So, I
Same.
mean, that's a
IKEA?
good one. I
Same.
can't wait. We'll tell you all about that story
Yeah,
soon.
all
So.
those Cintas.
And they didn't have to
songs.
put it together or anything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I get it.
Thank
Everything in IKEA,
Yeah.
you got to put
You
it
gotta put
together. No
together.
assembly required. This LifeVac device it's the most simple device
It's the
that you
perfect
assemble.
IKEA device.
When you designed it for a panicking
Yeah.
parent or panicking caregiver.
Well,
It's so simple.
So I'm
Nothing
in
wears out.
Newsmax today, and
Yeah.
there was an assemblywoman and her staff, and the lady's going nuts because she says, "Oh, I bought that." She made me take a picture with me to send
Right.
to her husband to say, "I met the guy
The
that
guy
made
who
you."
made
Because
this.
she was one of those moms that it's one in the car, one in the house, one in the neighbors, one in the grandparents, one in the babysitter.
Yeah.
Which I dig because they are protecting themselves.
Prepared.
But and then the assembly lady comes in and she's like, "I use this on my sink." I'm like, "Yes, it is a sink plunger, but it's a little different."
Yeah. We had a lot of those stories at the 5K, the
Yeah.
Forever Running this weekend, where
Yeah.
most people that came up to the booth asking questions, first and foremost said, I got 5 of these, but I'd like to try for the first time. And it reminded me of
Yeah.
PA moms.
Right, where they're like,
Where-
I have them, but I don't know how to
Yes,
use them.
and it's just
Yeah.
the confidence and the peace of mind. Like they were worried about, just a further explanation of the air coming out the side. It doesn't go down.
That was
into
a
the
great
airway.
event too.
Oh yeah.
The same thing, and I think for people that don't maybe branch out into these things, like Special Olympics when we're there, and not
Yeah,
to
the
say
Games for the physically challenged.
right.
Yeah.
There's the 3 of
Five
us
and
again
things.
in stereo.
Yeah.
One
Yes,
on
I
each
got it
side.
right, exactly.
Trouble.
We'll be here all week.
Yeah.
Please tip us.
But we, people, I think they don't realize, you put in the effort, you got to get there. You come out feeling like $1 million.
Right.
Like that gentleman, for his dad's memory, to help others.
The Downey family, amazing.
Amazing.
Yes.
And came up and thanked
And
us.
they identify the LifeVac story, and they immediately latch onto it. And again, all the people that came over, the mom, the
Yeah.
widow, Mrs. Downey, came over and was so appreciative
I know.
to get her own LifeVac.
And how about we met the lady that was there at the cadaver study?
Yes.
That was like did you hear this?
She said, "Where's Mike?"
So
Whoa,
we're, yeah.
Mike Singer?
We're-
Oh my
we're-
God.
I'm standing there, and she's like, "You're the like the guy," and I'm like, "I guess." I
what did I
you
do?
always
What
get
did
a
I
little
do?
nervous. What I do? What year? So she says, "You came to our cadaver lab. I was there. I counted
Amazing.
when you were using it."
Oh my gosh.
And we hadn't seen him in whatever 8-10 years. I don't know.
And she spent a lot of years at that cadaver lab
She's there
because
like
she was
16
there.
years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I was at a fair volunteering, which I know.
No, you
Mystery.
Whatever.
Always
But I
volunteering,
we
that's
were
fun.
reading to kids, and I had this whole family all in there. I'm reading this book, and all the kids are eating and running around, and I was like, I have
what
to
kids
tell you
do.
what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And then the woman goes, "Oh my God, I have this in my diaper bag," and she pulls it out. My kids know how to use this too. And all of a sudden,
Isn't that great?
remember I took the picture and showed it to you because I was like, how amazing is that?
Well-
I'm thinking I'm telling her something she didn't already know, and her
Right.
husband goes, "I'm obsessed with it." He's like, "I have one in my car. I have one in the pantry." He goes, "My parents." It was just hysterical. All these people, and
But
they.
to me, like with that
It's all
lady
about you.
at the show today, I immediately feel that moment of relief.
Yeah.
Like because you look at them, right? And she said she had like a 3, an 8, and 11, and I was like, you're not gonna have that pain.
Yep.
Like, you know it, I know it.
Yep.
That we as we get to this age, most of us know it to some extent, but that's the first thing I feel.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, my
They're
first
protected.
thought is,
They're
I'm so
fine.
glad you got it.
This
Yeah,
one,
same.
I
you're
hope
covered.
you throw it in the recycle bin 20 years from now.
Right, and I hope you never need to use
And
it.
you can recycle it because we're green.
I know.
And you put it in and they'll turn it into
And it
a
lasts
plastic
forever.
cup and a straw that's made of metal.
Well, how about the best part is that when somebody does use it, that you decided we're going to give them a brand new,
Yeah.
not just
Forever,
the
give it to
device,
you.
the entire kit gets replaced.
The whole darn thing.
You know, I'll never forget. Remember when the first responder in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Lieutenant Robbie Allison calls to tell me, "Oh my God, Heidi, we used it. We need to order another one." I go, "No, Robbie, you submit the report." He goes, "Wait, we get replacements?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Everybody.
Well, first responders are probably really important for you to get a
Absolutely.
replacement right away. But it
Well,
was,
you know what?
that's such an amazing thing that you
we
do
did
that.
the Austin cop, right? This is
Dalton
how
Schroeder.
cool. Right. Now you're talking the big farm boy, you know, fearless dude, good values. It's just an awesome dude, you know. Totally uncomfortable being in front of camera, but said,
Right.
I got to do it because I can help others.
Right.
Like, I love when you persevere through your own personal pain to help other people, like they did, right?
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, I don't care about getting shot at. And we're like, is that a little bad or scary? He's like, no, this was scary, right?
Wow.
Remember
They
how
had
we
to
said
lose
that
somebody.
so casually,
Yeah.
like, shot at, so
Yeah.
what? That's part of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose a kid.
And they all want to deflect away from themselves about it.
Yeah.
Just did.
Did my job.
And that wasn't at that time in every
Yeah.
patrol car. He chose to put in his patrol car.
I think it was his own personal device,
Yes,
wasn't it? Isn't
yeah,
that what
it
he
was.
said?
Yes.
That's incredible. And
But
just
to hear
like
someone
Peter-
say, I don't care about getting shot at. I don't want to. Having a LifeVac is what matters. I've been in
amazing.
shootouts.
Yeah.
Same with them. They were the California.
Mm.
That was like, that's easy.
Mm.
Like, isn't that bad?
Yeah, crazy.
That's nothing.
Well, we've got to be up against a what we call a hard stop
Yep.
in this industry. Bobby, we're running out of time. I just want to remind everyone. Want to thank Heidi.
Yeah.
I want to thank Arthur,
Thank
as
you
always.
so much.
I want to thank
I
our
know.
studio audience. God bless
Studio
them. Make some noise out
audience.
there.
Yeah, God
Come on.
bless
Hey,
America.
now.
4 next week, double
Yeah.
the audience.
Come on down.
We're going to pack this
Strong
place.
Island Television Studios in Massapequa. Hopefully, we're on LifeVac USA Live. We'll see you next week. Keep those cards and letters or comments coming. What year was I born?
No, do it. I
Like
love
and
it.
share. Like and share. All right. God bless us all. Say a prayer. Keep going.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
LifeVac saves lives.
Woo!